Disney, Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, and Justin Baldoni, some of the biggest names in entertainment, are allegedly colliding in a whirlwind of drama that has viewers gasping for air. Early reports claim that Disney just fired Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds after incriminating details emerged from Baldoni's legal team. And all of it circles back to Blake Lively's ongoing high-stakes lawsuit.
In that really they're bored and rich. Another circumstance that made me see right through Ryan Reynolds and the kind of person that he is when, despite being friends with Joe Alwyn, who dated Taylor Swift for 5 years, she's best friends with Blake Lively,
that the publicist was planting stories about him. He's got receipts. His lawyer was just responding publicly to what she initiated. Literally moments ago, Baldoni's attorney
and used her PR people to try and destroy Justin. And we're carefully considering other people that will be sued.
So in Justin Baldoni's lawsuit, he accuses Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively of colluding with the New York Times. Do you guys remember what the article was actually entitled that they actually released on 12/21? We can bury anyone inside a Hollywood smear machine.
Which is suddenly more explosive than anyone ever imagined. This alleged fiasco isn't just a bump in the road, it's a full-blown industry quake that has triggered massive debates about contracts, brand image, and loyalty. The entire internet stands stunned as more jaw-dropping revelations pour in by the hour. Prepare yourself. Once you see the receipts, there's no turning back.
On Blake Lively's claims that she was allegedly harassed by this guy when they shot the movie, It Ends With Us, a film about domestic violence. And was Justin didn't harass Blake. Blake was interested in wresting control of this movie away from Justin, who was the director and the producer. She was just an actress in it.
They were plotting with the New York Times for months to smear him. And there may be some important evidence.
Hey, Lily, you want to do the honors?
No, you go ahead. I need to take it in from here.
The New York Times apparently reviewed 1,000 or more pages of text messages. They would have seen it. Justin never wanted to hurt her, never wanted to be negative to her. And it's all over the place.
So here we are at the eye of the storm with the rumor that Disney just booted Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds from their roster. An unprecedented move if we look at the history of top-level deals. Usually, Disney works meticulously to preserve its relationships with A-listers, especially when those A-listers are headlining major franchises like Marvel's Deadpool.
All right, you guys, it is Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni Day. Finally, to all of the women out there that are watching, no matter what you do in life, you never, ever, ever go full Amber Heard. This is about that narrative that I think they instantly started spinning. I believe that they are going to be able to prove in court that this was personal, Ryan Reynolds versus Justin Baldoni, all of the conclusion here, I have said this since before, long before this ever broke out between her and Justin Baldoni. Blake Lively is not a good person, that she has proven herself not to be a kind person.
The kind of lawsuit that is full of evidence, documents, which prove exactly what she did to take over the movie.
But apparently, the newly exposed documents that Baldoni's lawyers dropped are so scorching that Disney decided to bail out fast. Insiders whisper that these receipts implicate both Reynolds and Jackman in dealings that revolve around Blake Lively's suit. That's right, two globally adored men singled out and supposedly ejected by the largest media giant on the planet.
From Armie Hammer, who got fired from Gossip Girl because he said during a dinner that she was a bitch, regarding Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, when I just recognize that they are up on their high horses and that they potentially treat people very bad.
And to the point where this guy was in the basement at his own movie's premiere. And that what in fact happened was you guys were the ones out there generating negative press against Justin. You guys were the ones who were trying to ruin Justin. There's just so much more to this story, and the media's already like self-flagellating. Oh, we were too mean to Blake. And now you see text messages from Blake Lively comparing herself. She's the mother of dragons in Game of Thrones, that she too has her dragons, Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift.
Fans are demanding context, but all they're receiving is this swirling rumor that grows louder by the minute. What's even more unsettling is that some people suspect Disney might be scrambling to preserve its brand integrity. After all, the House of Mouse thrives on a family-friendly image. Any whiff of scandal can send top executives into meltdown mode. the public's left to wonder,
okay? And that's largely due to the fact that she is a modern feminist, and so she has to create struggle where there just isn't any, okay?
At the Reynolds penthouse in Manhattan, where Ryan Reynolds allegedly bullied Justin so badly that a Sony representative, and her biggest takeaway was, it was so nasty.
There are text messages that refute every single thing in that complaint. They worked with the New York Times. Her publicist worked directly with the New York Times. They shared illegally obtained text messages.
Well, she filed a civil rights complaint in Los Angeles, and then within 24 hours, the New York Times had the scoop. They published the complaint in its entirety, and it looked suspicious.
were Jackman and Reynolds genuinely caught in wrongdoing, or is Disney just trying? To sever any potential link to a lawsuit that might tarnish its squeaky clean exterior, official responses are locked behind those typical public relations lines, fueling even more speculation.
You did not know both of their lawsuits have been consolidated into one legal showdown instead of these two separate lawsuits.
But they believed her narrative instantly because the allegations were so strong. And I just kind of held fire because I don't trust the New York Times to save my life.
The deeper we dig, the stranger it gets. And speaking of strange, wait until you hear about Baldoni's role in the entire fiasco. Justin Baldoni's name was once primarily associated with heartfelt TV performances and philanthropic endeavors. So when speculation emerged that Baldoni's lawyers presented receipts capable of toppling Marvel's top stars, everybody's ears perked up. People initially struggled to understand how Baldoni even fit into Blake Lively's legal puzzle. Then, the shock receipts surfaced, allegedly pinpointing both direct and indirect correspondences that tie Reynolds, Lively, Jackman, and even certain Disney higher-ups into a complicated web. This changes everything. Baldoni is no stranger to telling emotional stories. He's been lauded for turning real-life struggles into meaningful narratives. But stepping into the middle of an ugly legal battle featuring Marvel bigwigs, that's a move nobody saw coming. Sources claim he was unwillingly thrust into the chaos, forced to defend his own interests. The rumor is that he discovered certain business dealings or communications that threatened to harm him if they ever went public. Instead of waiting to be ambushed, he and his legal team took action, releasing enough bombshells to protect themselves and inadvertently sending shockwaves through the entire Disney empire. Some bystanders are asking, did Baldoni set them up? Others say he's merely defending himself against potential wrongdoing that might have roped him in. Regardless, the eye-popping revelations have overshadowed everything else, dragging even the unstoppable Ryan Reynolds down a very precarious path. Indeed, Reynolds can't escape these allegations unscathed. Next up, we'll examine his rumored downfall in the wake of these so-called receipts. Ryan Reynolds has always enjoyed a sterling reputation with fans. He's that quick-witted, lovable figure who seamlessly bounces from comedic roles to blockbuster heroes, especially thanks to Deadpool, which minted him as one of Marvel's comedic cornerstones. But apparently, none of that was enough to shield him from the current meltdown. Allegedly, the receipts brand him as central to the fiasco, implicating him in some behind-the-scenes drama with Blake Lively's lawsuit. Insiders claim that a wedge formed between Reynolds and Lively some time back, though the pair always kept a polished facade. But the rumor swirling right now says that Lively's legal team has singled out certain communications between Reynolds and Disney execs, communications that point to undisclosed deals or conflicts. Was he trying to ensure some future project synergy? Was he treading dangerously close to mixing personal affairs with corporate negotiations? People are desperate for clarity. But the hush-hush nature of the scandal only amplifies everyone's curiosity. And now that Disney itself is rumored to have fired him, fans are screaming, how is this even possible? Could the beloved comedic hero known for playful banter and philanthropic gestures be at the center of a legal meltdown? According to the chatter, yes. Reynolds allegedly stands knee-deep in a swirl of tension that might have far-reaching consequences. For now, he's not making any public statement, likely following tight-lipped legal advice. But the damage in the public sphere is already done. The story doesn't stop with Reynolds. Another beloved star, Hugh Jackman, apparently took a direct hit as well. Hugh Jackman, revered for his iconic portrayal of Wolverine and celebrated for his Broadway and film prowess, is allegedly experiencing a career low point he never saw coming. While fans anticipated his triumphant Marvel reunion with Ryan Reynolds in the next Deadpool installment, the rumor claims that Disney has instead handed Jackman his walking papers. Why? Because the scorching receipts from Baldoni's legal team apparently tie Jackman to crucial behind-the-scenes interactions that Disney's top brass find unacceptable. How Jackman landed in this predicament remains murky. Some believe he was simply caught in the crossfire, roped in by virtue of longtime friendship with Reynolds and a cameo in Lively's controversies. Others whisper that he was a pivotal figure behind closed doors, encouraging moves that inadvertently escalated Lively's lawsuit behind the scenes. Either way, fans around the globe are struggling to fathom a Disney World without these two comedic forces. If the rumor is accurate, Jackman's departure disrupts not only the next Deadpool film, but possibly the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe timeline. Observers are having a field day guessing where Jackman will go from here. Will he pivot back to Broadway? Will he find a new studio that's happy to snatch him up for high-octane roles? Or is he now labeled too radioactive to handle? The magnitude of Disney's alleged decision is seismic, and only time will reveal if the door to future collaborations remains ajar. And where does Blake Lively fit in all this? Let's delve deeper into the rumor that positions her lawsuit as the catalyst for an entertainment apocalypse. Blake Lively has captivated audiences for years with her on-screen charm, and she's also been a mainstay at glamorous events worldwide. But beneath that polished exterior lies a rumored legal battlefield that just blew wide open. This fiasco, allegedly triggered by revelations from Justin Baldoni's lawyers, has apparently forced Disney to look at everything swirling around. Lively under a harsh spotlight? The rumor states that, in her lawsuit, Lively made bombshell assertions about certain contractual agreements. She claimed that top-tier deals were orchestrated without her informed consent, or that vital details were deliberately hidden from her. Early on, fans shrugged it off, assuming the matter would quietly settle behind closed doors. Then Baldoni's lawyers dropped their so-called receipts, shining a glaring light on everyone from Reynolds to Disney execs. In one fell swoop, Lively's once personal matter transformed into a massive corporate headache that escalated to alleged firings at the highest level. What's especially startling is how this entire scandal upends the typical Hollywood narrative of hush-hush deals. Lively appears determined to stand her ground, which has left many to wonder if she's prepared to go toe-to-toe with some of the industry's most powerful players. If the rumor proves accurate, she's effectively rocking the boat so hard that star players like Reynolds and Jackman can't stay afloat. And that leads us to the Marvel Universe meltdown. When beloved icons face termination, you can bet fans are about to erupt. Fans worldwide have revered the Marvel Universe like a cinematic temple. Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman were major pillars of that temple, especially with the hype surrounding Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, with rumors stating both men have been fired by Disney, the entire fandom is in uproar. Social media is ablaze with speculation. Is this the end of a comedic duo that fans have longed to see on screen together? Will Marvel recast or rewrite storylines, ignoring the fan service teased months ago? Some folks suspect that the top executives at Disney are scrambling to perform damage control. Others claim the higher-ups knew about these legal landmines for a while, but hope to keep them buried, until Baldoni's revelations force their hand. The hashtag #NarDisney scandal is trending everywhere, overshadowing what was once unstoppable hype for upcoming Marvel projects. Even average moviegoers, who don't typically follow behind-the-scenes drama, are tuning in to see what bizarre turn will come next. Rumors also swirl that Kevin Feige and other key Marvel producers are furious. The entire phase planning might be in danger if they lose not just one, but two major names. Some leaks even suggest that recasting for the iconic Wolverine role has already started, which is more than enough to send die-hard fans into meltdown mode. The Marvel Universe thrives on continuity, and this scandal is threatening to shatter that carefully crafted facade. With Marvel fans' hearts in turmoil, what's happening among the celebrity circle? After all, rumors claim more big names might be next in line. When a bombshell like this hits, word travels fast through celebrity circles. Sources hint that other notable figures in Hollywood are rattled, uneasy about what might leak next. After all, if Baldoni's team is capable of pulling receipts that topple the likes of Reynolds and Jackman, who's to say they don't have more? A few industry insiders quietly expressed support for Lively, praising her for refusing to be silenced in a notoriously secretive business. Others are apprehensive, worried that pushing too hard against entertainment behemoths like Disney could sabotage their own careers. Meanwhile, fans are begging for comments from actors and directors close to Reynolds and Jackman, people like Taika Waititi, who worked with Marvel, or longtime X-Men alumni who might shed light on the behind-the-scenes truth. But official statements remain scarce. A rumor popped up that another A-lister was quietly dropped from an upcoming Marvel cameo due to their sympathetic stance on Lively's legal fight. If that's true, it underscores the tension gripping Hollywood as this fiasco evolves. No one wants to become collateral damage in a drama that has escalated beyond comprehension. This entire circus has one final puzzle piece: the newly leaked revelations that apparently brought the House of Cards down. Let's see how that final detail might reshape the entire conversation. Just when you think the story can't get more chaotic, rumors emerged of fresh leaks that might detail the exact chain of events that led Disney to sever ties with Reynolds and Jackman. Word on the street claims these new documents paint a scorching picture of how Lively's alleged concerns were repeatedly brushed aside, culminating in shady side deals intended to protect certain individuals. If these allegations are legit, it means that major Hollywood players were apparently sneaking around, forging questionable pacts behind closed doors. At this point, fans are in meltdown mode. Some are accusing Disney of hypocrisy, pointing out that the brand claims to champion family values while allegedly turning a blind eye to shady negotiations. Others label Jackman and Reynolds as victims, even as they question how deeply these two stars were involved in the fiasco. Justin Baldoni, for his part, is either hailed as a hero for exposing the truth or vilified as the guy who torched an entire stable of careers just to save his own. The entire situation is a swirl of half-verified claims, but one thing is crystal clear: Hollywood is reeling from this fiasco, and the audience is left with more questions than answers. How will the industry adapt if these firings hold up? Will Lively's legal team keep dropping bombs until everyone who played a part in her alleged downfall is exposed? Nothing is certain, but watchers everywhere are bracing for the next big reveal. This entire rumor-laden saga is nothing short of cinematic chaos. The possibility that Disney would axe Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds in the midst of major Marvel collaborations has rattled the entertainment world. Justin Baldoni's unexpected presence in the scandal, along with these rumored receipts that turned speculation into full-blown meltdown, has only fanned the flames. And let's not forget Blake Lively, whose lawsuit kicked off the domino effect that has reached the highest echelons of Hollywood power.